Hello lovelies, welcome once again to Fix and Gobble TV. So in today's video we'll be making some flaky fish pie. Yes, Ghanaians to be precise likes flaky pie. Unam kwemu pie no achema a rich pie. Yes, and the key thing to making a flaky pie dough is your fat. So if you're supposed to compare the pie dough to puff pastry, we know that pie dough contains less fat than the puff pastry. So the more fat you add to your dough, the more flaky it becomes. But ideally, the normal ratio to get a very good pie dough is 2 cups of your flour to 1 part of butter. But if you want it to be more rich and flaky, then you increase the fat content. So we start with 8 cups of flour and then 500 grams of butter or margarine. Then we add our nutmeg, salt, and garlic powder. So we mix all the dry ingredients together before we add our fat. Please bear it in mind that you want to use cold butter and not room temperature butter or margarine. After adding our butter and dry ingredients together, we want to add some egg. You can decide to add 2 eggs, you can decide to add 1. You can also decide to use only egg yolk, or you also decide to use the whole egg. All depends on you. It will give you the same result and the same goodness that you are so craving for when it comes to eating some good fish pies. After adding our egg and mixing, we are going to add our cold water. So once you add the cold water, you want to mix it gently, because at this point the dough is coming together and you don't want to overwork your dough. Like I always say, a gentle mix here and there and squeezing here and there to form the perfect dough that you want. So I want to also remind you, on this channel I have great freezer hacks on how to store food for future use. So if you haven't already checked, I have a video on how to make pie dough in bulk and store for future use in the freezer. It's cheaper to have them than to buy the store-bought frozen pie doughs. Once the dough is ready, you want to divide it into portions and put it in the fridge to chill a bit. You can also put it in the freezer, but you need to put an eye on it so that it doesn't get frozen. After we've left the dough to chill in the fridge, we are going to go ahead and then make our pie filling. So if today is your first time of stopping by this channel and you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell to get notified each time I upload a new video. And hey, to my old and existing subscribers, I want to say thank you so much for supporting your girl. Keep supporting me. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. So these are the ingredients for our pie filling. You can add something or you can take something out. So to begin, you need your frying pan. You add your oil. You want to add very little oil because you don't want your pie filling to be oily and soggy. You then add your onions and you fry until they are translucent. But sometimes I don't fry them for so long because again, I'm going to put the pie in the oven to bake. So the filling is going to cook extra once it's in the oven, although it's probably like 10 to 15 minutes for it to cook. I still factor in that time that it gets to cook extra in the oven. So after frying the carrot and onion to my preferred softness, I add my tuna flakes. So the tuna flakes I'm using is tuna flakes in sunflower oil. You can also use tuna flakes in water, whichever one you want. I think it should work so fine. So I added some little water to just rinse the plate up a bit. It's optional, but that's an me pepper but na me pese me free inam ni nyina gu me ayinu. Then I add some stock cube. Again, this is optional. You can use salt and it should be fine. So after adding the green pepper, I'll fry it a little bit. As you can see, the green pepper is changing color from deep green to light green. So I'll just add my spices. You can add any spices of your choice. What I just added was black pepper, and I add some thyme, and then I'll mix some little water and flour paste and just add to thicken up. The more flour paste you add to your filling, the more dry it becomes. I don't know whether you get me. So if you are the kind who likes it a bit moist in the inside, or the filling should be moist, you should reduce the amount of flour paste you add. So once our filling is ready, we'll just take our dough from the fridge and then we start to roll it out. So you flour your surface a bit and then you take out your dough and you roll it into a big circle. You then cut the dough into your preferred shapes and then you add your filling. Once you finish making the pie, you want to make some holes, and then after you are going to brush it with some egg white. So my egg white is just 1 egg. You can decide to use just the yolk or just the egg white, but I use the full egg. I just break 1 egg, whisk it, and I use it to brush. So in my previous video, Benedicta tried the pie dough and she gave a review that it was amazing. So if you are the kind who is always scared to bake because you think you never get your pie right, this is the recipe for you. And please don't forget to give a thumbs up and also to comment in the comment section if you find this video very helpful. So our pie is done and this is how they look. Very yummy and very delicious. The whole kitchen is smelling super good. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye and see you.